Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and for today's DIY Wednesday video, I've got my spooky Halloween poncho on that I made last year because we are gonna find some wonderful Halloween DIYs from HomeTalk. Dare I say, this is a just because you can, doesn't mean you should, Halloween edition. Okay, so I brought up good old HomeTalk on the YouTubes, and what did I see? Their very first video 3 hours ago. Buy a dollar store tablecloth for this genius fall porch idea. Okay, well, you know, if it's genius, we gotta see it.
For this project, I headed to the Dollar Tree and picked up a white Halloween paper lantern, a round plastic tablecloth, and some battery-operated tea lights. For the Dollar Tree lantern, I added some batteries to the base so the small light was functional. For the lantern from Amazon, I opened it up and put the structural piece inside.
Okay, wait. The title says buy a dollar store tablecloth, but yet she's already making purchases off the Amazon for lanterns. The clickbait of it all. How dare you, HomeTalk?
So I used a battery-operated tea light. I wrapped a zip tie around the light and glued it to the bottom, making sure not to cover up the switch. Then I wrapped a second zip tie around the other way, then cut off the ends. Then I fed a long piece of twine through the zip ties. I placed the light all the way at the bottom of the lantern, then tied the ends to the top of the lantern. Next, I used a small rounded remote I had to trace 4 elongated circles onto some black scrap fabric I had. I did my best to make sure they were all about the same size, then I set them aside.
Okay, what are those
Then
for?
I removed the tablecloth from the package and opened it up completely. I placed the lantern underneath.
Is she making a ghost?
The lantern was aligned with the middle of the tablecloth.
Okay.
Then I used some scissors to cut an opening.
But if you're making a
lantern to go through.
I'll wait.
I trimmed away the excess at the bottom. I wasn't super precise with the cutting because I wanted the length to be a little whimsical and not perfect. Then I hot glued
Okay.
2 of the
What I was gonna say, I'm gonna say now. Clearly at the Dollar Tree, they didn't have all white paper lanterns. They only had maybe the one that she purchased that's white with the spiders on it. Hence why I think she went to the Amazon to buy all white lanterns, because those plastic Dollar Tree tablecloths are pretty thin, and she's got her Dollar Tree lantern as the ghost's head, but we can clearly see the spiders underneath. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe that's the look she's going for. I'll just keep my mouth shut.
I also decided to glue a small faux pumpkin to the tablecloth. Finally, I hung up my paper lantern ghosts on some existing hooks that I had on my patio. These little ghosts are super cute and a super easy Halloween project that really adds a lot to my outdoor space. They look great in the daytime and
Let's see 'em in the dark.
especially at night with the lights turned on.
Okay, wait, did she not put a light in the Dollar Tree lantern because she didn't want the spiders to illuminate in the head? Because she's only got the light in the Amazon lantern. And honestly, that's not bad. I don't mind it. If your Halloween theme is ghosts, those hanging, you could get paper lanterns in varied sizes, maybe bigger heads, littler heads, smaller ghosts, some medium ghosts, some big ghosts. You know, unfrill a coat hanger and kind of jab that through the lantern so that you could drape your tablecloth like this so the ghost looks like it's going woo. That actually could be cute. I'm not technically mad at that one. I think she's kind of showing I didn't put a light in the Dollar Tree lantern because of the spider webs.
Nice try.
Again, I'm not mad at this one. Our first DIY for Halloween. Again, I think we could do this one. Maybe make them look a little cuter. Not mad. Let's see what else HomeTalk has for us in this video.
I was looking around the Halloween section at my local dollar store, and what did I find but the most adorable clear pumpkins and skulls? Drill holes in the bottoms of all of the pumpkins and just 2 of the tops of the pumpkins. String your twinkle lights through the bottom of the pumpkin and all the way through, then stuff about 1/3 of the remaining twinkle lights back into the pumpkin.
Okay.
Thread the remainder of the twinkle lights through the top and screw on tightly. Glue the bottom of the pumpkin securely to the base and let dry. Thread the twinkle lights through the bottom of the second pumpkin and then stuff about half of what is left of the twinkle lights into the second pumpkin. Thread the lights through the top of the pumpkin and screw on tightly. Now, display with some pretty fall.
No, come on. No. First of all, if you're gonna do this, why wouldn't you cut the little shoestring handles out of the pumpkins? First of all, that's number one. Second of all, because they're not varied sizes, you know when you see stackable pumpkins on people's porches and it's like the bottom pumpkin's big, the middle pumpkin's medium, the top pumpkin's small, because there's no variation to the sizes in these pumpkins, you've lost the pumpkin aspect of it all. And I don't understand why she glued it to a spider. What is that? No. If you wanted to do like a glowing illuminated pumpkin centerpiece, it would just be cuter if you had them individually in like the middle of your table, like with the lights in them. No spiders, don't you think? Am I crazy? That's not cute. Again, just because you can shove a bunch of twinkle lights into a plastic pumpkin from the Dollar Tree doesn't mean you should. We're looking at, she made 2. That's 6, 7, 8. That's like $20 worth of supplies from the Dollar Tree, and that's what you got? That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Faux pumpkins, or faux flowers and vines, or whatever else makes your heart sing. Both the pumpkin topiary and skull topiary look great during the day or night.
Guys, did that last DIY make your heart sing? It sure made mine sing. Seriously. Uh-oh, I see skeleton hands. Is this a repeat from last year? Let's find out.
Dollar Tree this time of year.
It's our guy.
Great Halloween stuff out there.
Oh.
Just go through and pick up anything and everything you need, especially these lights. And then look at these little skulls. They look so lonely. I think we should take a few of these home for our next project. So what we want to do is grab an old pallet, any kind will do, and we're going to lay it out, start painting the top.
I've got high hopes.
Next, I think we should do some two-tone. Let's go ahead and put...
Okay, I'm really quickly gonna interrupt. Not that he's done anything wrong at this point, but I just feel like spray paint, yes, convenient, but expensive. If you're just putting on like a gray and a black, you probably could get some pretty inexpensive roll-on paint and just hit that with a roller. It might even take you less time, and I'd say save you money. Especially if you're just painting a palette. I mean, shoot, while you're at the Dollar Tree picking up your supplies, pick up a couple of tubes of their black and gray super cheap paint, and then just like slather it on with a paintbrush or a roller. It'd save you money. Spray paint's expensive, I'm just saying.
Just random put it on there, no need to put it on too thick, and then a little driftwood, which is a little bit of white, give us a 3-tone paint. Let's go ahead and put the palette exactly where we want it.
Okay.
Grab those cheap old lights and get them out. We're going to start placing those all underneath the palette. Just grab a stapler and put it down in there.
Okay.
Make sure you don't puncture the wire itself. I use 4 strands on this one. You could use 5 or 6. I had some bricks laying around. You could use some rock or some bark dust.
I have no idea what he's doing.
Separated it. And then next, remember those skulls? Let's just wedge those through the pallet wood right there.
What's happening?
Right into place.
What is happening? What is he doing? First of all, he said put the pallet where you want. It looks like he put it in the middle of a path or a walkway, and then he's putting the skulls down on the ground so you can't really see them. So far, this is a lot of effort for very little like bang, but I may be speaking out of turn. Let's let him continue.
Next, we want to put those little skull hands up there. These little skeleton hands just look great. I did put just a dab of glue just to hold it in place in case the wind came up. Now these hands look like they're reaching up through the bars coming from the ground. And then remember those orange twigs?
Why do we have bars coming up through the ground? Is this like a dungeon thing, maybe?
Fire just raging out of the bottom. So put them up, spread them out. And then last but
That's fire.
found a little rat at Dollar Tree, put it right on top there. Add a few little signs on the sides, and then once the lights come on, look at that.
What?
The entrance where the little trick-or-treaters come up to grab their candy. You can have a little flasher on the signs if you want.
No.
Don't pass by.
No. At first I was like, maybe, but then would it make more sense instead of on the ground like that? Would it make more sense to have it upright? I mean, I don't know. Was he going for these are coming out of the ground? Maybe the orange lights are like from the depths of hell. Maybe that's what he was going for. I don't know. It seems like a lot. I don't know how much he spent on the spray paint, but let's just say they were $5 a can. We know he used a gray, a black, and a white. That's $15 $15 right there. I'll say he recycled the bricks in the pallet, so that was free. But he's got 1, 2, 3 Dollar Tree signs. That's 6 heads. That's 9 hands. A crow, that's 10. And I don't know how many picks, but again, that's a lot of money at the Dollar Tree. And he bought 4 or 5 strands of lights? I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below on this one. Is this a just because you can doesn't mean you should? Because even when it's on.
Right at the entrance where the little trick-or-treaters come up to grab their candy?
Yeah, no. I don't think so. Before we move on, did you guys give this video a hype already? Because if you didn't, go do that right now. Okay, thanks.
Next time you're at Dollar Tree, don't pass by their Halloween section without grabbing one of these large plastic...
Okay, first of all, you guys remember last year, I bought some of those hands and made the from HomeTalk, tried to make this. Those hands are no good. They're very rigid plastic, and even if you try to heat them up with a heat gun, they're not bendable. They're not good. I don't think they're worth $1.25. Yeah, these aren't bending. They're not bending with a slice and a little hot glue. I'll tell you that right now, HomeTalk. If I were you this Halloween, no matter how tempting it is, I don't think those skeleton hands are worth it. I'm just saying.
To the wedding decor section, and you're going to grab yourself a silver platter. I'm going to take the plastic skeleton hand, and I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut off the fingers at all the knuckle joints. It's a little tough to get the X-Acto knife.
Yeah, because the plastic is rigid.
But once you get it, it snaps off pretty easy. Making sure that you use Gorilla Hot Glue. That's a very important step because it has the best hold, and it's going to make sure these fingers stay in place, because we're going to put them back, but we're going to curve them around so it looks like the skeleton.
Oh, see? She learned her lesson from last year when they were telling us just heat gun them and you could curl them up. They discovered you really can't. And so now this is why she's doing that. She's cut them at the joints and then she's re-gluing them into this position. I think that's the only way you can do it.
Once we have it all set in place, we're going to come in with a little bit
it looks really bad.
Spray paint. So I'm going to be using Krylon brand here. It bonds to plastic really well.
What is she going to do to fill in all the giant cracks? She doesn't have spackle. Is she just going to paint it and just leave the giant gaping cracks? We'll see.
This is an iridescent paint. I'm going to use a wet sponge and I'm going to dab it on the silver tray. Once that dries, I come in with my iridescent top coat. So this is the part where it's going to show you that iridescent shine here. You put this over the black and it gives it that nice spooky kind of shine. It's really cool.
None of those paints are from the Dollar Tree. And I bet you could find a black plastic tray at the Dollar Tree right now so you could skip all this painting. Work smarter, not harder, is all I'm saying.
Once our plastic hand is dried,
Are you seeing the plastic hand? The gigantic gaps in the fingers?
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it all over the hand here, working it into the grooves and crevices of the hand. We want to make this hand look nice and dirty, like it's just come out of the crypt, making sure that no bright white is showing. Once that dries, we're going to again come in with some Gorilla Hot Glue and we're going to fixate it to the bottom of...
We're going to fixate it, number 1.
The word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Number 2, look! There's giant holes. And she's fixating it so you see the giant holes. Unless she's going to do something on the top of that, that's unacceptable.
And then we leave that to set. And while that's setting, we're going to come in.
She's doing that
here, and I'm just going to fill it up with some fake flowers that I also...
We already know this one. We already know what she did.
Of spooky fun decor to my home.
Oh, wait.
So the other neat idea here is...
Where's the flower thing? Was it too heavy?
The hand here without anything in it, just so you can see. But when I put my flowers in here, it adds that kind of chic Halloween look. But you could also put like a flameless candle in here.
Okay, first of all, you know she does not want to set that flower thing on that hand. She only has the hand hot glued. I know it's Gorilla Hot Glue, but it's hot glue nonetheless to that metal tray. I mean, watch how slowly she's like, oh, please, when I put this on, don't let it fall, don't let it fall. And you can see
a chic Halloween look. But you could also put like a flameless candle in here. Anything you really want, feel free to make this project.
She was doing that.
I really hope that you enjoyed this project. I hope you'll give it a try.
No, we're not giving it a try. We gave it a try last year, and we already know it doesn't work. I even tried to make it a little better. I used wood behind, I screwed the hand in, I tried to do everything. It does not work. I cannot believe they're bringing it back again. They mixed it up a little bit, but that's dicey. A slight breeze, anybody going, ooh, it's falling apart. I guarantee it is. No, don't do that. Don't do it. Okay, I think we've got time for just one more. How about she buys a giant dollar store poster board for this genius holiday ... Okay.
You're not going to believe what I turned this poster board into.
Okay.
I grabbed some foam board I had in the shed, and I cut the foam board with a utility knife to be the same size as the poster board.
First of all, that's a giant thick piece of foam board that she already had in her garage. We don't know where she got that. All we know right now is that it's Dollar Tree poster board. So poster board plus some really expensive stuff.
You could easily use hot glue for this part, but I had construction adhesive handy, so I just used that. I glued the extra piece of poster board to the back. Once that was dry, I drew the word potion at the top and the spider web at the bottom, and I traced it all with hot glue. I used copper and gold glue sticks for the writing and filled in some of it, leaving it partially filled and a bit messy intentionally.
That's my favorite. I left it a bit messy intentionally.
Right.
It's kind of like this sunroom. I didn't fill in that crown molding up there. It's intentional. Don't worry about it. It was intentional.
Then I mixed up some Mod Podge and water, and I spread it on top of the hot glue with a paintbrush, and then I added pieces of crumpled up tissue paper on top of the glue mixture. I love the crinkled look that it gives. When everything was dry, I spray painted the letters and the web with gold spray paint. Once that was dry, I used hot glue to attach creepy creatures all throughout. I spray painted the creatures either green or purple, and I let that dry.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now? I get she's making a giant book. It's a cute idea. But what is happening?
I spray painted the whole thing black, being careful to leave the gold, purple, and green exposed as much as possible. Then I pressed the parchment paper over top to create a textured look. I let it all dry and added a couple more spiders with hot glue. What do you think? Are you gonna give this one a try?
No. Horrible! I can confidently say no, we will not be giving that one a try. It left me speechless there for a second. This could have been done in such a better way. This looks like a bunch of preschool aged children were given a poster board and said, put as much paint as you want. So much paint was used that she just covered up. All of her details that she put on, she covered up. It's not cute. This is so bad.
I almost want to jump out the chair and beat you up for making this look.
This is so bad. This was a waste of poster board, a waste of whatever that foam was that she had in her garage already, a waste of a million glue sticks, a waste of paint, a waste of tissue paper, a waste of Mod Podge, a waste of plastic spiders, a waste of plastic bats. The whole thing is that I don't think I've ever been more mad at a DIY in my life.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I'm serious. No. Look at it, you guys. She had this idea, and in her mind, kind of like me, in my mind, it's all gonna work out. But she just kept going and piling it on and going. She should have just stopped at the word potions with the spider web and done her little Mod Podge stuff, and then maybe sponged on some black and called it a day. It's horrible. I'm very mad at it right now. Please don't make this. Just because you can, look, doesn't mean you should. Let's move on. I can't.
Start with an old pair of pants.
Okay.
Pool noodle. You're gonna slide each end of the pool.
Are we making a scarecrow man?
Then I need to roll them up a little bit so they fit. Now I'm going to put a pair of shoes onto the end of this pool noodle. I'm gonna tie them nice and snug so they stay fit. And then I'm just gonna stand this little guy up. These do stand up pretty well. The noodle holds up well in the shoes. Then on top, I'm gonna grab my ghost.
Is it ghost body?
The inside of it is styrofoam. So I could take a wooden skewer and push it into the
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm gonna grab my ghost decoration from Dollar Tree.
That ghost decoration is from Dollar Tree, and the lady in the first video bought all of those supplies from the Dollar Tree. to make ghosts, she could have just bought this. Done. Again, work smarter, not harder, guys.
The inside of it is styrofoam, so I could take a wooden skewer and push it into the styrofoam.
That ghost is pretty cute. It's probably $7, but
pool noodle. Then I just arrange the fabric,
No. What the shit is this? Okay, I was gonna try to justify it for a second. It does look like they're little kid trick-or-treaters, maybe, like little kids dressed as ghosts. Maybe? No, right? No, we don't like this one, right? Right? Everybody, we don't like this one.
That's bad.
I made a pair of these, and they are gonna sit in my entryway to welcome guests all.
And you can see the pool noodle.
A sheet of plywood and turn it into something spooky.
Just when I was like on the fence about it, you can see the pool noodles. You can see them through the thing. It kind of takes the illusion away. I really take back what I say about them looking like little kids dressed up for Halloween, because she's got them standing on her dining room table and they're actually very tiny. No, no. Moving on.
Grab a sheet of plywood and turn it into something spooky this season.
We might do this.
And drew a funky shaped haunted house with a pencil. Then I used a jigsaw to cut out the shape. When the design was cut, I used 80 grit sandpaper to sand the edges enough to remove the rough parts. I took it inside and applied a primer to the...
Okay, no, seriously, really? I don't know if she's doing what I'm thinking of doing in my head, but for a while now, except plywood is so fucking expensive. I've always wanted to, because I've seen them all over where people get big giant plywoods and then they cut out like a witch silhouette, or like what she's doing. Maybe it's a haunted house or a tree. I don't know exactly what she's making, but then you just paint it black and you put some uplights behind it and put it in your yard, and then it looks really good. I've been wanting to do that for a while now. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it because the cost of plywood. If she's doing what I'm thinking she's doing and we actually like it, let me know in the comments below, and then I'll walk you through, because when you do a big sheet of plywood like that, very hard to store. So I've already thought of ways to make it a little bit more like storable. If she's doing what I think she's doing and you guys want to do it, let me know in the comments below, and this Halloween we'll make it.
The primer will seal the knots and prevent the paint from bleeding. Once the primer was dry, I painted the top and edges with black paint. I used a porch and patio paint because that's what I had on hand, but any exterior paint would work. I let it dry completely and applied a second coat. Once that was dry, I flipped it over and stapled orange lights to the back. I made sure not to have the lights too close to the edges. I placed the board against a wall on our house, turned the lights on, and now I have the spookiest haunted house silhouette for the season.
Okay, you see the silhouette looks cool. Her shape, not maybe so much, but picture if it was like a witch's profile or a couple of witches, or like a spooky tree that eats the children. It does look pretty cool, right? Should we make it this year? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
It's that spooky time of year again, and we're going to start with some hobby foam. This is a 2 foot by 2 foot piece, and we want to split it into 4 equal parts. Now, the way to cut this foam is to run your blade down one side, turn it over, and we're going to go ahead and snap it, and then use the blade to cut the back side. It's very easy to do. It's time to put them together, and the best way to do that was with some glue. So I used some good old construction adhesive and spread it out. So I'm going to go ahead and just stack all these pieces here one at a time and make sure they're together. This is my last piece I'm going to put on here, so definitely what I want to do is X marks the spot.
I have zero idea what he's making, and he didn't even cut his squares or rectangles perfectly. Like the one on the top is bigger than the rest. I don't know.
I'm going to reach over and just put that last piece on. Don't worry about those rough edges, and we're going to put some weight on there.
Don't worry about them. Okay.
Now I'm going to grab some PVC pipe, but I want to mark these down to 12 inches each. I work in the plumbing trades, so I have a cutter and it makes it nice clean edges once I cut it. Then we're going to take a PVC 90 degrees and we're going to put that on there. Once I got all these foam pieces built up, I took a little piece of plywood, put it on the back. Then I drilled some holes in the ends of these legs, because what I want to do is use some screws to secure it down. The way I'm doing it though, by putting one on the end, I can adjust the piece as I need. These are going to be the legs.
The legs of what?
Eat quite a bit because our spider has 8 legs. So once we get that on there.
Okay. Guys, I really want to make a giant spider this year for Halloween, and I've thought of ways to do it in my own head, and none of the ways were what I'm seeing here. But if his turns out good, I don't know. I don't have very high hopes, but we'll see.
Here's the head, a little extra foam I had. Use some popsicle sticks and stick that right on there. Now I'm going to put those 90 degrees back on and put it together. Take it outside and it's time to paint it. I'm going to start with the bottom first. Doesn't need too much. Again, this is the bottom, but some black spray paint will do the job. Once I got it all painted up, it's time to turn it over.
That's not bad. Okay.
These edges are a little rough.
He needs to carve out the square body, I hope.
Minecraft look.
Did he really? Did he really just take the lazy way out? He needs to round off like he did with the head. He needs to do that to the body. No spider has a square body. He's justifying his laziness by this.
What I like, because I'm kind of going for that Minecraft look, especially for the kids that...
Lies, 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 yeah. He definitely, no. The kids are gonna like it because of Minecraft. No, that's just lazy. That just sounds like me when I'm working in the backyard and I'm too tired to do the rest of it. So I'm like, yeah, they're level enough. That's the way I wanted it. It was intentional. That spider could have been way cuter. I'm bummed now. I was so excited.
They're gonna come up to the front of the house and go trick-or-treating.
I'm gonna be like, look at that Minecraft spider.
Once it's got all spray painted, I'm gonna set it in place right by the front door. Now these legs, since they're all the same size, go in place, and I wanna put a little couple googly eyes right on front. Make it scary, but with a happy, warm feeling. Once I got it set up, it's actually great for the outdoors. It'll take the weather just fine. As it sits out there, it will greet each and every one of my trick-or-treaters that come up front.
And now because he painted it all black, you can hardly distinguish what it is. Because he didn't make... Horrible. We can do this but better. I know we can. Let me know if you want to in the comments below. All right, guys. Well, once again, HomeTalk did not let us down. Out of both of those videos, there were maybe like 2 ideas that weren't that bad. But there were quite a few ideas that just proves just because you can doesn't mean you should. What are you guys thinking? Did you like any of those? Do you want me to try to recreate? Maybe if there was one that we just were mortified over, maybe we could make it better. Let me know in the comments below. I do have some pretty good Halloween DIYs planned coming up here, but if there's anything you guys have seen, you know, I'm always looking for inspiration. I'd love to do more outdoor decor this year, so let me know what you guys are wanting to see as far as DIYs, and I'll do my best to see what we can make better than what we've seen on HomeTalk. So yeah, there you have it, and there it is. Another just because you can doesn't mean you should Halloween edition in the books. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to give this video a hype and a big thumbs up. Share it with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.